Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution. Ay, Bitcoin is the one, no substitution. Ay, with Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinals Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinals Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystems. What's up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today, like always. But today, it's even more special than normal. Today, we have Lambda. Lambda just launched their amazing. It's sidechain layer 2. It's everything built in one. It's basically wrapped Bitcoin, and you're able to do so much more than you ever dreamed of on Bitcoin. And it's really exciting. I personally sent over some Bitcoin over through their bridge and or I guess wrapped it, I guess you would say. The terminology is still there. I'm still working on that myself, but it's gonna be a fun episode. This guy's gonna walk us through a lot of stuff, and I can't wait to get started. We got a big show today. So we bring in my partner, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? What's up?
What's going on? So we got Lambda. So a few weeks ago, or about a week ago, we had them for like a personal call and like a testing of their product, and we both were pretty much blown away.
Yeah. We heard about them like a month ago, right? And had our initial episode with them, and I think they were kind of holding some things close to the chest, which is understandable. This space is highly competitive, but then they were able to open up a lot more last time we met with them, right? So we were able to dig deep in there, and I believe they're actually the smart contracts using the TypeScript is considered actually layer 1, not layer 2, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but we'll hear it directly from them. But yeah, I'm excited about it. And then the big news of our boy Mattyverse being coming on board too. I think that was a great choice by them, because if anybody's gonna try to break something, it's him, and he's gonna call it out. So that's good to have him on board.
And not only that, like I think like Matty is one of our like good friends now. Like I trust him more than I trust anything, and the fact that he's working with Lambda, that's huge for Lambda. I think that's huge for Matty, but that's huge for Lambda as well.
Yep, 100%. He's really great at. First of all, he's great at being able to break things down for the average person in the space,
100%.
and Lambda needs that right now, right? So
yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah, man, I'm ready to get started. Ready?
Yep, let's do it.
Let's jack this stage up. We got Base, we got Iguana, we got Lambda. Welcome to Ordinals Revolution, fellas.
What's up?
Excited to be here.
Hey guys,
that intro gets better every time I'm on here.
Yeah. First we want to thank you guys for spending your time joining us and the Ordinal community and audience, right? Because we know you guys are extremely busy right now. But you guys got a lot of stuff, a lot of news, some alpha possibly to share with us. But Based, if you wouldn't mind kind of kicking it off with us and just kind of maybe summarize like what this past week has been leading up into the kind of soft launch of the beta.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of stuff has been going on behind the scenes, just getting ready for this launch. I mean, that it's a testament to Iguana and our dev team taking care of the application and making sure that the actual mechanics behind the IDO are going to go smoothly. On top of that, assisting Lambda in their marketing efforts, ensuring that the beta was getting kicked off in the right way and that there was enough attention there, and taking care on that end. Then on top of that, we did promise to have a project lined up prior to the IDO of Lambda. That's been secured, and I teased that a little in a tweet today. I know this is going to go out later, but this is Sunday the 4th. So tease that, and we're really excited about this next project that's coming up. So just tons of stuff happening, on basedpad this week. Coming up, though, is going to be just crazy. We're going to be doing tons of spaces, giveaways, just like this huge marketing push, final last call to get new boost and base holders, get their tier levels figured out, and allow people to get Lambda whitelist. And we're super excited to have time this in a way that allows for the Lambda beta to be out there. It's out on mainnet. People are using it. It's been working flawlessly, and we're just very excited to see how this IDO goes because it's, Lambda's such a great product. The beta has been working really well, and it really is just really up to basedpad this upcoming week to just get it out there, get the name out there as much as possible. And we really appreciate having you guys bring us on the show and allowing us to do that.
Yeah, 100%. What a project to kick things off with basedpad, right? You want to kick things off with a blast, and it seems like you picked the right one for that. So is that kind of how you like your mindset with that? Was that kind of like we want to wait a little bit because we were kind of wondering for a bit like what's going to be their first project?
Yeah, I mean, I would say like the way I don't want to say like we're really different than a lot of launchpads. Like every launchpad wants to give the best project they can, to their community. But we were very like early on, we were like, we don't want to rush this. We want to give quality projects. My thinking behind like the launchpad, like from day one, was always, there's a lot of people that come into the space that buy just like meme coins. They buy tokens without any utility. I have, a little bit of a traditional finance background where I've spent time looking at pitch decks, looking at different companies and evaluating them. And I was blessed to, go to a business school where like I learned a lot of these like fundamentals. And I hate seeing people like just rush into a new market. I mean, your heart starts beating when you're in like Bitcoin and you see this token going off, and you'd end up just like, aping into something. And there's just like degen culture, and it's a love-hate relationship with me, because it's like there's so much money to be made. It's super cool. Like people can really change their lives in Bitcoin. They could also get like wrecked and buy stuff that they have no idea what they're buying. Basepad was always meant to offer this ability for an investor to kind of just jump in and trust our team, and like for our team to build that trust by offering projects that are vetted by our dev team, where we know the code is sound, and to offer projects that have long-term value and a clear path to revenue over time that can withstand even, a bear market. So with all that in mind, it was really tough in the beginning for us to find a project that really fit all those parameters. There weren't a lot of people building. But, when we crossed paths with Lambda, we of course were like, Higuana and I were like, this sounds like too good to be true. How was this figured out? And I think we had the same reaction as everyone that we told this to originally. And we were just so lucky to have been, introduced to this wonderful protocol that really is bringing smart contracts to Bitcoin on layer one, and the rest is history. So, we're super blessed to have that as our first project. But this next project that we're launching is really, really cool, has a great founder, and is really going to shake the music industry as we know it. I'm going to leave it at that because this show's about Lambda, but we have a lot more in the pipe for future projects. So we're excited about that.
Yeah, sounds good. It sounds like, Lambda did their job. Now it's time for Base to do theirs, right? So that's actually pretty awesome.
100%.
But yeah, I mean, I'm excited to get, and I was awesome Base, but I'm excited to get into Lambda if you don't mind. So what's going on, guys?
Welcome. Yeah, it's going good. The launch was a huge success, I would say so. And we are happy to finally be able to share more details. Looking back to
sounds like we're having an issue with your mic. You hearing that too?
Yep.
Yeah. Lambda, there's like a lot of feedback on your mic.
Okay.
We can get that corrected. But while you're trying to get that fixed, Higuana, I want to get your perspective a bit, because being, I believe CTO, if I'm correct, but,
Yes.
being the dev side of things and vetting it for Basepad, has this been like a challenging situation for you? Because obviously you're one of the people that have to convince everybody about smart contracts on layer one.
Man, I can tell you it's been a crazy week. Um, I am the guy organizing everything from a technical perspective in basedpad. And when we bring a new project on board, and I can tell you, we spoke to a lot of different projects over the past 3, 4 months. Like Base said, when we got in touch with Lambda, the key thing that I had to do in the very beginning was to make sure that what they were claiming was something that was actually feasible from both a resource perspective, that does that, do they actually have the means to do that? And then secondly, the skills, do they actually have the skills to do what they say they are doing? Because the life of a base pad, sorry, not base pad, of a launch pad, the life of a launch pad is about giving the certificate of quality to the community. Hey guys, this is good enough for you to invest, and from a speculation perspective, you can trust it because we checked the tech and it's sound. They can actually do what they're saying they can do. And so for me, obviously being a completely innovative product, it was a challenge just to figure out if that was actually true. And then not only was I able to check what those guys were doing, but also to organize testing for them. So I wanted to make sure that as the community and some prominent members of the community, such as Multiverse, for instance, were testing Lambda, they could give the unique take to ourselves, even sometimes before getting to Lambda, so that I could report to the community, hey guys, this is the real deal, it isn't. Um, so for me, it's been a crazy roller coaster of unbelievable learnings that, this is actually possible, this is actually true. And then not only that, but Lambda had a very ambitious target, which was to give us not only a working platform, but a number of tools with front end. So then suddenly we had to figure out how to best present it to our community because our community became part of their community, right? I think this is another function of a launchpad. When a project comes with us and launches with us, they inherit our community. Our community immediately gets interested in them. So it was important for us to give them this overview of, hey guys, there is so much more to it than you can see because now we are building a front end experience for you guys to try. And then we went through first a dev kit. So people that wanted to be first in the Lambda space, they were provided with a dev kit that I tried it myself. I'm a dev myself. I saw what it was being presented, and it was super cool to see something in such an early phase to be providing you with already the building blocks of what you could do in the early stages. And then we were given these tools. We're given a DMT tool, which allows you to deploy mint and transfer, but with some boost up features. If you guys have been, and I highly recommend anyone listening to this to join the Lambda Discord. You'll see some really easy ways of get yourself onboarded. Our friend Martyverse has even created some videos showing you how you can mint and participate in some of the activities right now. And what you can see is that it's not your usual just deploy a token, mint a token, transfer token, but you can also mint multiple tokens at the same time. You can mint some people, I've seen some people minting up to 8 tokens in one inscription and then just sending the inscription to themselves again and again and again, super efficiently minting a ton of value with those transactions. And we are coming to a situation now where some of these tokens are being minted out. So what happens next? Lambda has already provided them with an OTC platform with Bitcoin integration. So what does that mean? A lot of other protocols out there, right? And I think there's something that we're going to go back to at some point, which is the idea of an L2 and what is a protocol in L1. So the idea of this protocol in L1 is that using those inscriptions, they have a very important function in Lambda, which is to trigger these smart contracts. They are all the source of truth, and obviously they are in L1. These inscriptions are currently allowing us to do these multiple functions where people are going to be able to use value brought by this bridge that's bringing Bitcoin, and then allowing us to negotiate tokens that we are minting right now with Bitcoin, immediately bringing value to the ecosystem, which is to me, as far as maybe my knowledge is quite limited at the moment, but I have been navigating the Ordinals sort of space, and to be able to bring Bitcoin into the ecosystem and swap it for tokens that we are already minting with the community, it is absolutely awesome. And they can do that in a very kind of magic Eden type of fashion, where you can go in there, you can see all the different deals, you can select multiple deals at the same time, and you can do them all with one single transaction at a time. That's super cool. Today, we are doing an NFT minting quest, another tool that is available. So think about it. As soon as we launched, we made available a dev kit, a DMT tool with multifunction, an OTC deal tool with multifunction, and the NFT. I don't want to steal Lambda's thunder, but there's something super cool that I think he's going to be dropping here as an offer for the next couple of days. Not going to steal his thunder again. True DeFi stuff we haven't seen before.
Ooh, I
Okay,
love me some DeFi, guys. I love it.
Yeah,
exactly.
you got Shizzy really excited just now. So
Yeah. So as I think the to finalize the answer to your question, has it been an amazing roller coaster of experiences? It has, and I must point out, and I want to give a big shout out to our community, because we have a bunch of guys there. They are rocking up every single night. We're doing live sessions every night to let people give us feedback, and we are not shy of letting everyone have their mics open. And the vibe, guys, if you can spare time at 10 p.m. UTC time and go to Lambda Discord, you'll see it's such a cool kind of brotherhood kind of vibe. The guys are telling us what we have to figure out, what we have to improve, what's working well, and it's been great because they give us some feedback that we have already implemented or we are about to implement, that has sort of created this link, this connection with the community. It's such a positive vibe. I'm really in love with what's going on right now.
Yeah, and that type of feedback is priceless too. So that's
Priceless.
amazing. Yeah, man.
And I think that's the way to go too. Is you got to build your army up, right? Like obviously, you got to be good leaders, which it seems like you guys have that in you. But then when you're good leaders and you build a strong, good, solid community, I mean, can't really be stopped at that point. So
No, Base said something earlier this week that I think it refers a little bit to, sometimes you find a lot of resistance in the community when you bring such a big claim. It's completely understandable. You are basically saying that you can perform crazy, heavily complex functions on Bitcoin. So you gotta be prepared to face some criticism, some skepticism at least. Um, and we very often have had so much support that when the skepticism appears, our community just goes out there and shows to the skepticals what Lambda is all about. And it saves us so much time proving ourselves, because we can keep our focus on actually building new stuff while the community just educates everyone on what has already been done. It's amazing. So big shout out to our community. They know who they are. They are there every night. Those guys, it's crazy bunch. Super happy to be part of it.
Yeah, sounds great. And feel free to shout out some names if you want to, but it might be too many. It might be too many, but that's up to you.
We got who are there? Who are they? Give me some help here, Lambda. Ness,
Yeah,
Hugh,
I'm back. I hope my mic is working now.
Yeah, working great. Working
Okay,
great.
yep.
Ness,
good,
doing
good.
good.
Yeah, we have a
Who else?
few
Love them.
big members.
Who else can we think of? Brep.
Yeah.
There's so Big Mac Gallery. uh Multiverse, of
You,
course. You guys. That's so
Yeah,
many,
man.
so many, so many people. So I say how I don't wanna feel anybody left out. So
No,
if I
yeah, I
haven't mentioned
understand.
your name, guys, I love you guys. You
Yeah.
know who you are. I'm thinking of you. I think more of your avatars than anything else because your names sometimes are too complex for your Discord handles, but you know who you are.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
I think you guys definitely handled because I'll be honest with you, when we first heard about it, we were skeptical too. Everybody was, right? And so you've handled it well because you've taken on the skepticism, and I think that goes to show how confident you initially were. Because when you have that confidence, you don't just say, "Hey, quit fudding, quit fudding." What you do is say, "Check this out. Look at this. Dive in here." So kudos to y'all for just being confident and hanging on to your conviction that you initially had. But I want to let the man of the hour speak here, Lambda himself, and just kind of talk about the experience. What has it been like, people testing out, even though it's like kind of a soft beta launch. People are minting the tokens out. What has that been stressful for you? How's that been for you from an experience level?
I think all in all, it's like a good experience if you work like months for like this one day, this one launch, and then it goes well. Like you have a lot of relief after this. But yeah, it was like really stressful that the last days. Of course, I think like everybody would imagine it would be stressful to have like a big project launch, even though it's only better. Like there's still like expectations for it to work properly. Like we don't want to put out like a thing and then it breaks 5 minutes afterwards. So like our expectation, and I think expectation is also the community expected it to be like pretty smooth, maybe not perfect, but like they can use it pretty smoothly. And I think we achieved this. Like we didn't have any downtime yet, or maybe just a few minutes here and there, but all in all, it worked like better than I expected, honestly. Like after people using it all day, all night, minting like way bigger stuff than we did in testing, like minting 10 tokens plus in one inscription. So yeah, people like try to break it, I would say, and they're not really able to. So for now, it's going really well, and it's a great experience. Like Iguana said, the community is cool. We talk a lot, we share stuff, we tease stuff, we share inscriptions, because for now we don't have any tool to make like really big multi inscriptions. So people share them in the community and tell each other which token to mint, which are minting out soon. So it's a cool experience, yeah. And I think we take all part in it, just because it's like good to get feedback, help people see what's going on. So yeah, pretty cool experience.
Yeah, man. What
It
should we
sounds
get
a
to
lot
next?
like kind of like the development of like how Benny went through like with track, right? Because um initially Benny and track, like, and I'm not trying to take the spotlight away from Lambda at all, because I think that you guys can benefit from that experience as well. Because what happened was is that he was getting gate kept, right? And he built his community up, and he kept pushing forward even though people were trying to suppress him. And I think that sounds like the beginnings of what you guys are going through right now. Like, the fact that you guys are loving your community is being interactive with you guys, just that the Discord. And then what you'll probably start to notice is you'll get like talented people, like Iguana said, people are giving you guys, great criticism. They're going to be testing stuff, and they'll be like trying to push your limits because that's what we saw, like with other projects. So, Iguana did say that you might have a little bit of something that would excite Shizzy. I don't know if you can get into that, but can you?
Yeah, I think we can do an overall demo of what's available, and then at the end we show the alpha, if that's good with you guys.
Sounds great.
Perfect. Okay, let me just
Why
share
you,
my screen.
yeah, why you getting it shared there, Lambda? I just want to say big shout out to Benny. I think he set up a formula
Oh, Benny.
for the ecosystem. The guy is an enabler, enabled so many people. Just to be compared with what the guy is doing is awesome for us. If I know that the Bitcoin itself is a tide that hopefully will lift all boats as we progress into this next bull run. And it's I really hope that people see the value that all these protocols are bringing to Bitcoin. it's awesome. And you guys, for what you guys are doing to allow these enablers to have a voice online, so it's pretty cool to see what's going on.
Thank you. And it was awesome to see Benny grow. I mean, we interviewed Benny way back when in June, and seeing where he's at now. I mean, he's on top of the Ordinals right now. I mean, Ivan on Tech talks about him daily, so it's pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
the guy deserves every credit because he's a machine. He doesn't stop working. It's an incredibly hard worker.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you guys can be there in a couple months, so you guys seem like you have a really good work ethic as well. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw the screen up because it looks like Lambda's ready here.
Do it.
Yeah. I think starting out, just show like what it looks like and how you see information about Lambda. We built like a whole explorer where you can check your transaction, what's going on and stuff. So as you can see, people use it a lot. Like all this stuff is just one block, basically like 20 transactions. So
Oh, nice.
people are excited about using it. Maybe we can look inside and see what people are doing. Yeah. For example, this is like a really big inscription. Let me zoom in.
Okay, so it looks like they minted all those in one
Very well,
transaction, right? I love the rug pull right there, the third from the bottom. People are getting really memey around here.
Yeah. So people use it like, yeah, these are 15 different tokens minted in one inscription. So I think this is the
Wow,
biggest
that's
one I've
wild.
seen. So it's really cool to see people, and then they share them with each other, so everybody can get the same
Gotcha.
tokens at the same time, because yeah, it's just a good vibes in the community and no bad feelings. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
One
this
of-
is yeah.
One of the good things that I think is worth mentioning that also, Lambda, is how once you do that inscription once, so you have what, 15 tokens in there, I think you said.
Yeah.
And then once you inscribe that once, you can literally just keep on sending that to yourself again and again and again to do those max mints. It's so efficient. And it's it's really fun to see how much fun people are having just doing those tokens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a progress bar or something for these mints so you can because if you are sending them to yourself, that's great because you're being efficient, but you want to make sure that you're not it's not minted out already,
Yeah, this was the first feedback the community gave us. So we made like some quick tool. It's not pretty or anything. It just does its job. Because people
Okay.
wanted to know like what's the status of the token. So we just throw something together. But yeah, like I said, it's not too pretty. Does its job. But here we can check like the some information like the limit per mint, the supply, max supply, and how much is minted already.
Yeah.
I think the biggest one is actually rug pool. Like we just minted out soon.
Of course it
Funnily
is.
enough. Yeah. It's like
93%.
Oh
93%,
wow,
Yeah.
So,
bro, we gotta get some of that, bro. It's almost done.
I mean, yeah, I love the supply amount 420 too. So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's almost there. But yeah, that's really
usually
cool. I
I
mean,
don't recommend rug pool, but in this case, it's kind of funny.
Yeah. And it's
But-
okay that the tool isn't pretty right now because it does the job, and I think it's needed. So that's
Yeah.
always something that you guys can upgrade with time. So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I think
one
so.
thing Lambda didn't mention that's I think really cool is the protocol itself does not allow for like bulk inscriptions in the sense that you can't mint the same token more than once per block. It's the fairest mint that I've ever seen. There's literally no way to front run it or have this whale come in and basically just mint it all in like one giant bulk inscription. You actually have to put in the work of sending that inscription back to yourself on each block, which, there's tokens out there that it took 20,000 inscriptions to mint out. But, someone could have done 100 at a time, per block or how many they wanted to do. With Lambda, it's literally one mint per block. So it will probably have the most like diverse and widely like distributed tokens like across wallets out of really any other protocol that's out there. And to see kind of how far some of these tokens have gone with given that mechanism, it's pretty astounding, like how people are just waiting for each block and doing it over and over again. It's really cool.
That is cool.
Sounds good.
That is
Yeah,
cool.
man.
I have a question. So those are all mint commands, right? So, like Solidity is a language that's pretty much like, it's solidified. But like with TypeScript, like, did you create like a custom, like, I guess, language base with it, or like how does it work within the language that you're using?
If you guys want, we can take like a quick look at the contract. If you guys want.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
We open source them already, so let me just get the link for it.
I'm
Because
asking
it's-
this because I'm just more curious about like what the limits of commands could be.
Let me just bring it up.
While Lambda is bringing that up, another cool thing that people can do, not only can mint those tokens all at the same time, but if they wanted to, they can also mint and transfer them at the same time. So let's say that you want to mint it, but you want to keep some tokens in one different wallet and some tokens in your original wallet. You can do that with one single inscription, which is super cool. I mean, I as far as I can tell, it's unheard of on other current L1 protocols. But stuff that you can, and I can see already some people experimenting with that. I saw a transaction, I can't find it right now, but I saw a transaction that minted a token, transferred it to a different wallet, and also sent some wrapped Bitcoin to a different wallet,
Wow.
all at the same time in one
Wow.
single inscription, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and I think we expect them to get bigger. Like the more stuff there is to do, the more stuff you can put into one. Like minting a token, swapping it for stable coins, and then earning yield on them, like in one inscription or something. So it will be cool to see what people come up with. And then I think they will just share it again with the community, because like they don't really gatekeep anything from each other.
That's good. That's really good when your community shares with each other. Hey, Shizzy, it looks like his screen is ready, but
yeah, pop it up.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Let me just maybe this is the minting of the fair mint tokens, like how they work, and we can also see the minting once per block in here.
Yeah.
So maybe just walk you through this.
You might want to increase it, expand it a little. Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Better? Okay.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I love it.
So basically, it's just TypeScript, and I guess this is like 10 lines of code or something to do this, or 20 lines of code. So it's not hard to read. So we have like the first part, which is just checking if you already minted at the block. So this is the part Base talked about. You can only mint once per block. Even if you do like multi-inscriptions, or like not multi-inscription, but an inscription with multi-operation, like minting 15 tokens, you can't mint the same token 15 times in one multi. So this is this part. And then also this, just caching it again.
Mm-hmm. Did you have to create this logic like proprietary?
No,
like
this
custom?
This is just straight up TypeScript.
Okay, gotcha.
Most of the stuff is done behind the scenes and is here in the parameters. So basically you get like information about, like you say here, you get the block number and the sender just from Lambda. But everything else is just normal TypeScript stuff.
Gotcha. So, it's just so wild to me that like no one else has attempted this. You know what I mean? You know, but hey, there's got to be a first, and you know how big first is first over here. So
the funniest thing is that what you just said is something that we repeated to ourselves again and again and again. How did nobody think of it? Again and again.
I don't get it, but that's awesome.
Yeah, and then it's just here's just the mint logic, like updating balances, updating total supply, and making sure you can't mint more than the max supplies. And that's basically minting. Like balances are just numbers for a wallet.
Yeah.
You don't have real cash flow or something, or tokens moving between stuff. It's just updating numbers for people or wallets. So the
Can
magic
you
is
can you
the magic
enter
is
like
kind of lost.
go ahead.
Sorry.
I was going to ask
Um,
if you could create like even more intricate like commands, right? For example, like could you integrate like DeFi commands within this?
Yeah. We have like OTCs in here. We did some testing with token tax, like taxing on transfer method. Like if you transfer someone and the token, you get taxed, and only the receiver gets only like 90% or something. So you can do custom transfer logic, custom mint logic.
This eliminates the transfer step, because when you mint, you can just integrate the transfer step within it, right? Awesome. Yeah.
Or you can do it like in two steps, but do them in the same inscription with the multi, like Iguana said, minting and then transferring. So
yeah, and I think
you can do
that's
it on
the
the
biggest
smart contract side or on the like protocol level side, which is pretty cool.
Gotcha.
As long as you think ahead of what it is that you want to do, you could save a lot of steps
and fees.
And of course, because you're basically taking all those steps. So if you think about each one of them being an action that has to be triggered, and the inscription being the trigger of all those steps, of all those actions, you can make one big inscription that triggers all those actions at the same time, and it all works.
And then you have a smart
highly
inscription contract.
Exactly that. Exactly that.
Yeah, and I think a lot of go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Finish.
Okay, I think a lot of this stuff, like we said earlier, I think it needs to be easier for users to do stuff. Like you need a better UX. We are trying, of course, to do our best with the stuff we have, but it takes a lot of time to create like beautiful UX, and like on other chains or something, there are whole teams just doing like one. Like for example, OTC deals. There's a whole team with front-end devs, smart contract devs. So I think as time progresses, we will have better UX like for every site we show today, but it's still usable, and we are pretty happy with it at the current stage.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Lambda can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think UX has been one of the hardest thing, because while you want to allow people to play freely with what their needs are, right? And you can tell to someone, you can do deploy, minting, transferring, sending a parallel token like BTC, all in the same inscriptions. But if you don't help the average person to build the inscription, you're relying on a bit of technical knowledge that sometimes is not there, and it's not fair to expect it to be there. Then that's when UX plays a big part. We've been spending a lot of time on that, and I know that Lambda has got so much more already ready to be exposed to the community, but we want to make sure that people can actually consume it and not just something that just flies by their heads.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the average person, right? So I'm very average when it comes to tech stuff, and this is how far as I got. I got to this screen and I wrapped some Bitcoin and I sent it over. What do I do next? What's the next thing for me to do? Do I go over there? Do I check to see if the Bitcoin's there? Like what would you guys say would be the next thing for someone that's just getting started with Lambda?
I think the next step you need is to check, like after the transaction confirmed of your Bitcoin, you need to check it's actually there on the protocol. Because we had some cases where it's not showing up because people didn't use Taproot or SegWit, so a native SegWit specifically. So you need to be like careful which address you send it from. We track these and send it back when we enable withdrawals. So there's no money lost there, other than the fees, of course. But it's still important you check you actually get it, because otherwise you can't do nothing on Lambda. We have small protocol fees. It's like in the cents, but you still need it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Could you actually show me how on your screen how to check the Bitcoin?
Yeah. good idea. This is like a common theme. We have an FAQ for this already. But yeah, is my screen up? Okay. So we have the token page, which is one way to check balances and stuff about the token. And you just go here, enter the smart contract name, not the ticker or the symbol. So for PBTC, the smart contract name is Bitcoin. So you enter this, and then you can see all the stuff, the total supply, the contract again if you need it.
Mm-hmm.
Then if you want to check a balance, you can just let me just
Put an
get
address in.
some wallet address. Just get this, put it in, and then you can check the balance. So this guy has already used some for fees, but only like 300 Satoshi. So
Okay.
this is how you check it.
It's important to point out that you need very little wrapped Bitcoin to do most of the transactions you need, right? So even though that balance there, for instance, is quite small, that's going to feed a lot of transactions. So you don't need a lot. And I think currently you have restricted the amount of Bitcoin that someone can wrap. Correct, Lambda? Just to sort of comply with safety during this experimental phase.
I think this is a big part of Lambda right now. Of course, people were skeptical and we didn't really know how the launch goes. We were like pretty confident, of course, because we did some testing and on like testnet on our internal stuff and things were running smoothly, but we still need like a safety rail in a sense, so people don't put like 5 Bitcoin in one transaction because they are so curious and have a lot of money. So we put some limitations in place, which will gradually increase over time. But for now, it's like 0.1 Bitcoin per wallet and 1.5 in total. So it's not a lot, but like Iguana said, you don't need a lot. Let's maybe see. You need, like for this example, 4 mintings is like 100 Satoshi. So you don't need a lot to do stuff on Lambda, which is the good thing.
Super cheap.
So you don't need to bridge a lot, and you don't need to put a lot of value at risk by putting it inside Lambda at this stage. So but this is important safety rail for both us as well as the users.
And to your point, Shizzy, that would be your first step. So you like you said, you send some, you wrap some Bitcoin, you check that it's in there.
Yeah.
So I finally was able to check it, guys. I finally learned how to. I was seriously like, I don't know if I got it or not, but thank you guys. I appreciate it because my 0.1 is now in here. So
is that real Bitcoin?
Yeah, it's real Bitcoin.
Oh, nice. All right, so rug pull. Let's
And,
go.
PC address.
Yeah, you can mint rug pull now.
So you guys want to walk me through how to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do I do first?
You need the second side, which is apps. Just instead of Explorer, it's apps basically in the domain.
Yeah, I think I have it.
Yeah, you have it. There's apps.
There it
apps
is.
now. Yeah, exactly this one.
Yep. All right.
Then you go to the DMT tool because you want to mint. And then you just click mint and put the.
So I'll just put, I don't know, we'll go Ordinals Revolution.
If you want to deploy, you do it here.
Yeah, you're gonna deploy one. Okay.
Yeah, why not? Right?
Yeah.
Should we do our full name? Should we do our full legal name? I don't know if we should do that.
There are no limits on it. You can
hold on. I got my lawyer on the phone. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll go Ordinals, right? There's no Ordinals token yet, right?
I have no idea. If there is, you can't deploy it again, but let's see.
You should do Lambda.
Yeah, or do I don't know. What's a good one? We'll do
Lambo. Lambo's already done, probably.
Lambo is already done, and people have a lot.
Elephant.
Elephant, and the ticker will be Ellie.
Okay.
Max, what is it? 18, right? It's normal.
18.
Do something.
Yeah, you need to you need to check decimals, because we have decimals like other smart contract chains. So
should I do 8? What would you guys do?
I mean, do like 1,000 or do something that's like to where it can turn into something like a meme.
Right.
Whatever
like
you do,
or 10,000 maybe. I don't know. I mean,
Lambda, this might be
he goes one extreme to the other. Look at him.
Lambda, this might be a good time to explain how like the text box versus the number that's above is different because of decimal.
Okay. So This is we basically reuse the stuff from Solidity. Solidity only allows like whole numbers, like integers, so you have no like decimals on smart contracts in Ethereum, and it's for like just accuracy because decimals are inaccurate at some point. So we do the same. We have like only full numbers and no decimals, but each contract has, each token has some amount of decimals. In this case, it's 4, so the frontend can figure out like how much it is with decimals. But behind the scenes, there's no decimals, and this is what you can see here. So the max supply with decimals is 1K, and without decimals is like, I don't know, 1 million, 10 million or something.
So basically,
so
adds
this-
4 zeros to it, right?
Yeah. And the name, the number above should be correct. And
So this should be all
in the
good then,
future,
right?
this would be like 1 per mint and max supply of 1,000 with decimals. So sounds good.
All right. And now awaiting payment.
Yeah, you need to go back. I guess you already did some at this pitch. No, on the bottom left of the dialog, the back. Yeah.
Okay.
And here you can see
function.
like the inscription string, and you can use either the dialog directly or just go to like Unisat
click
or
that-
Ordinals
Yeah.
wallet.
Or you can click that little Unisat square on the top
It's
right.
right here. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. And now what?
Then,
My wallet
the fee
address?
you can just leave as it is, and you need to put the receiver of the mint of the inscription, which
Alright.
should be your own wallet in most cases. So
Yep.
put this in there. Yeah. And then you can just pay directly in here. Oh, we have 2 back.
Mhm.
Then it's just now we need to wait for block times again. You should see the progress bar. Yeah, the progress bar should update when it picks up from mempool. So
Awesome.
maybe
Good
needs
stuff.
a minute.
Can I exit this now, or should I just wait?
Just probably wait. Right?
You can just wait, but it should also pick up from where you left. So if you
Okay.
close
So
it,
if I want to go, okay. So if I hit the X, it should be fine.
yeah, should be fine.
Okay. Because I already paid. Everything's good, right?
Mhm.
Just want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
You receive the wallet anyway, even if the dialog like freezes or does something strange.
Sounds good.
This is
All right,
now.
So if I want to mint it now, should I mint that or should I mint something else?
You can try and do one of those gigantic mint
You can do the
transactions.
rug pull if it's
Fun.
still.
Rug
Maybe
pull.
this rug pull still is available. And
Well,
can-
you got to get the token contract. So you got to
Oh,
go
Good
back
point.
and look at rug pool on the other one, and then copy the token contract.
yeah,
Correct.
the easiest way is on contracts. Yeah, you should find it somewhere there.
Rug pool right there. Well, that was actually the contract. If you just hit your back button, hit your back button. Why? I feel like okay, just copy where it says rug pool, the text.
Yeah,
all of that.
Copy
Just
that.
copy-
Yeah.
That's
okay.
that's the actual contract. Why do I know this? I feel like I went over this last week. Oh, we did.
Stick to it.
I'm trying to play the dummy here so people can learn from my mistakes. I'm not
Great
this
job at
dumb. All right, so then that's it, right? And then awaiting payment, scribing.
Yeah, you need to go back. Like you do two mint at once, which the
Oh,
dialog
just
doesn't
hit the
really
back button
know.
in the bottom left
Yeah.
if you want to
Okay.
go back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you should have both in your wallet anyway after they are confirmed on the blockchain.
Okay.
So should be fine.
Cool.
Yeah. And then
Is the wallet connected already? I don't think it is.
No, there we
There
go.
you
then you can pay again, and I think after the next block you should have both. And then if the fee is good, so
That's awesome.
you just need to execute them by sending them to yourself, which is like a safety step for this.
Yeah.
All right.
Then you have rug
That was
pull if
fun.
it's not minted out yet.
Oh yeah, because it was kind of.
No, that was
Yeah,
it's
it's
funny. I
fun,
doubt,
but-
you know. Yeah. Is there a way? So how can I check that again? I hit. Oh, 3. What is it? I hit.
No,
this?
it's on the other page. It's part of the tools of the
Okay.
app. So
So I hit back.
just
Oh, you can just exit out of that and then go
Okay.
to the
yeah,
Deploy.
go just
No.
just on the top
Oh.
left, the Lambda logo to go to the homepage, and then the Fairmint Explorer.
Gotcha. Okay. I feel like it's getting easier as I go. This is fun. But and then I just type
paste
in
in-
here rug pull,
All uppercase, I think. So
all uppercase. Okay. Is it P-U-L? P-U-L-L.
Yeah, it's pull. It's pull, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And just hit check progress right there.
Yeah.
I should
Maybe
probably
it needs
There it is.
There it
Oh, I'm
yeah,
still good.
Oh, you're
Still
good.
good.
Close. Yeah,
It's
good.
close.
You know, I love the fact that like we're grabbing like contract addresses and because it definitely gives you that feel again, right? Kind of like at the starts of it, right? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So and then you just plug that contract into the Explorer and
Yeah.
all that
Yeah.
stuff. So how'd you feel? You definitely look like a noob, but do you feel
Yeah,
like
I
you
feel
learned something?
accomplished, bro. I definitely, this gives me the early day ordinal feel. Like, you know, just
Yeah,
when
right.
I'm first doing like Uniset and like first inscribing something there, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what do I do? What do I do? And I felt like that. It feels like fun. It feels, I don't know. I love that feeling. That's something that drives me to the space, the learning aspect of it. And I think I don't know, man. I got the Lambda feels now. I might be addicted, guys.
I
Maybe
got
this is
during testing, I got feedback from some people saying, I feel like I'm a dev, man. I feel like some kind of a hacker that is like combining 1,000 things in one inscription. It's like crazy. So I understand you. I really share that feeling. It feels a bit like that, like you
Yeah.
achieving something extraordinary when you're not supposed to. It feels really good.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's a good sign that your community members are saying that because
hmm
you know that means that they're highly active and stuff. But yeah, so okay.
maybe a good time to bring up the alpha now. After
Yes, let's do it because this is getting kind of
Okay.
close to the end of the hour. So yeah, where's that alpha at?
Yeah, just share my screen again and then we can go through it. And that's it basically. We have DeFi summer again, DeFi winter, I guess.
Oh
wow.
wow. Are these
So,
NFTs?
Farming tokens. No,
Better.
it's staking tokens for earning rewards and yields.
Wait a second. Hold on.
You can,
Okay.
the rug pull is
Wait.
not here, but you can stake your Lambo if you have some, or your lamp.
So are these contracts that are executing the
Correct.
These
staking?
are smart contracts, yeah. These are
That's
charming
awesome.
smart contracts. So
Can you
That's
expand on one of
awesome.
them, Lambda, so
Yeah.
that I can
yeah, we
read a
can go
bit of
into
what's
one of
written?
them.
Yeah, on the previous
there's not
page,
much
just
to
what's
see.
written. Just what's written in the card.
You mean yeah, get it.
Yes.
I'm not
Okay.
sure if people were around like back in 2020 for DeFi summer, but if you were, you might recognize this type of interface. And so we are bringing this back, which is cool.
Wow. So basically, the Bitcoin whales are the ones that are going to stake Bitcoin,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
that's the rep to Bitcoin, and then you earn chops.
chops.
So
Mhm.
chops
Lamb
is
chops.
going to be lamb chops. Okay, I
Mm.
love it. Okay, cool.
Got it.
So that's currently the reward token for the staking setup. But other builders can build on Lambda and create their own native token and basically mimic this once you open it up to you know all the docs and stuff, right?
Exactly, man.
Yeah, this contract will be open source again, so people can fork it, farm their own token. Like when we have the AMM, it will be more interesting. You can because the AMM has liquidity tokens for like proof of liquidity, basically. So you can use this as staking then, and then you can incentivize people to provide liquidity for your token, so people can swap it. So will be the good times again.
That's
Yo,
huge,
I mean,
man.
honestly, I was going into this meeting. I was like, you know, or this call, like, you know, I'm not gonna let him convince me about the staking part, but like, honestly, like this is gonna attract developers, guys, from like the EVM side of stuff. Once they see this, obviously they're gonna come and test it out. But if it it flows well and everything, I love everything about it except for the Farmville guy at the top. That's the only thing
That's my favorite part.
I'm sure it is. I'm not surprised.
It's blocked, bro.
Do you know,
That is blocked.
the coolest
What?
thing for me is how you had to look at this for 30 seconds, Yagobi, or even less, and you figured out exactly what it is about. Spot on, man.
Yeah.
That's exactly
That's a
what it
great
is.
job by you guys, though. You know, that's
Yeah.
not.
I mean,
That's
oh, you guys got Kex on here.
Yeah, this
Oh.
is. I think we want to talk about this as well.
Yeah.
Like after the call, the space yesterday, we just talked to them and had a call together, and I think we both like each other's vision of stuff we want to do. So they want to use like technology to enable stuff for their community to do, and we like the memes, of course. So it's like a perfect fit. So they are on Lambda now. I'm not sure if they put out a post when this goes live, but yeah, the
That's
token is
awesome.
Omni protocol, and like one of the protocols is Lambda now, and you can use it to earn lamp jobs if you want to. So that's pretty cool, and we are excited.
Shizzy's gonna go.
yeah. I'm staking all this.
He's
ground.
gonna go because he's been waiting forever for this.
Sadly,
Okay,
you
so
mixed the wrong one. We don't have rug pull in the whitelist.
That's the only
Yeah,
token I own.
Yeah, you need to get another one.
So the token standard name is what?
It's
Is it
LRC20. It's just
LRC20 or LLC? LRC.
L-
Okay.
LRC. Yeah.
Okay.
it's-
LRC20. So we got a new one, but this one is definitely this one's gonna, this is different than the others, So I'm excited. This is definitely something. I feel like here in the next 2 weeks we're gonna have the data sites pop up for LRC20s, to be able to check like market caps, and then I'm gonna have to add another damn list to my daily fungible list, but I do it for you guys.
I want to
You
get
can
some.
add the lamp jobs.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like lamp job? Yeah.
So I want to stretch this out a little bit, go past the hour, because I want to get into the kind of the tokenomics of Lambda, and kind of get into everything that Base is doing for you guys, if you guys don't mind, if you guys have the time. But Base, could you talk to us a little bit about the IDO? Can you give us everything we need to know to get this started? Because dude, I might be a buyer of this, man.
Yeah,
You already
great.
Shizzy has been sold today. Anyways,
yeah. So if you kind of go to our website, or if you look on our Twitter page, we have like a tier list essentially, where by owning Based and Boost, you qualify for that tier list and you get access to the Lambda whitelist. Lambda we're doing a pretty big IDO through Lambda. There's a total of 1 billion LMDA tokens, which is the Lambda utility token. 10% of that will be launched through basedpad. Currently, I would say we have, I think it's like around 1,000 people that qualify for at least like 1x. It might actually be a little bit less. So the average buy-in is probably going to be around $400 to $500 worth of Lambda. If you qualify for our top, overlord tier, that's 10x. That goes up to $5,000. Now, a lot of people aren't obviously at that level, but we have a lot of people that spend, a good amount of money to qualify for that tier. And you would only spend that money to be able to access this token and any future token that we're launching. That's gonna, through our launchpad, of course, but a lot of people are buying it because they're so bullish on Lambda. And the launch is the IDO is gonna be on February 12th. This week leading up, we're gonna be doing a huge marketing push. Now, one thing that's like key, and Higuana, if I miss anything, please let me know. We're basically be taking, you call it like a snapshot, but basically we need to know kind of who qualifies around 24 hours beforehand. That way we can give a clear picture of, what the 1x whitelist allocation is going to look like. And we have like more clear cut numbers. Right now it's just estimates because it's based off of the amount of people that qualify for the for like the tiers. But what I will say is, compared to other launch pads, this is a pretty sizable amount, and as someone that's a boost holder, you're getting a pretty good exposure to this token. So there's going to be 100 million that are launched through basedpad at 0.5 cent per token. We believe there's tons of upside growth potential. We want to kind of provide a price point that both allows Lambda to raise money. We're hoping that total raise will be around 500K. And we also believe that there's still a lot more room to grow, given that, the floor price is at half a cent. So there's still, we believe there's a lot of potential here. We're really excited to see how the community, reacts to this. And all I can say is get your boost and base before, the news goes out that sadly this is going to be posted like later, but after, I think, Shizzy, after you guys saw this, like, as more of this information comes out about farming, about just what we have out right now, about AMMs being on there, and this really bringing DeFi, this is really exciting for both basedpad as well as Lambda. And Lambda, I don't know if you wanted to touch on this, but there is something special for our based holders, specifically. If Lambda, if you want to touch on that.
Yeah, sure. So we have something planned for based holders. It's an airdrop, and we want to reveal the amount on day 7 of the launch week. I don't know when this comes out. Could be already revealed.
We're gonna make sure this gets out.
Yeah, we'll
Okay,
get-
And
yeah.
we're prioritizing this. I mean, this has been an amazing episode. like
Yeah.
so
It's been
go
fun.
ahead.
It's been
Continue.
fun.
But yeah, we have an airdrop for based holders. So this should be an incentive for holding based, keeping based, and we just love the base community. I think it's also part of the Lambda community. So we just want to give them some reward for being there, giving us feedback, showing up to the daily community calls. So
I got a
pretty
quick
exciting.
question.
Yeah.
That's awesome that you guys are doing that, by the way. And it's fitting for the first. It's a great project, and it's the first one launching on the pad. But so I calculated, because I'm an analytics guy, and so like off the bat, like from what I heard about the IDO, we're looking at about a $500,000 market cap is what that initial raise is going to get to. Is there anything outside of that IDO that you, because I felt like I heard you say, Base, that like you're gonna do something else maybe, or is that it for the initial IDO, the max?
No, there's more. The market cap would be actually like around 700K, and 500 is sold via basedpad. The
IDO.
other part
Gotcha.
will be
I'm okay
for
with
liquidity
I'm
and the
okay
AMM
with
and so
700K.
yeah.
So that's
That's
awesome.
a good buy-in point, honestly. But so what do
Yeah.
you guys? What's the plan if you guys don't sell out? Like what happens in that situation?
We lost you guys for a second there. Which is around the feeding of AMMs and creating the liquidity pools that you guys are going to see on the DeFi products that are going to be launching in Lambda very, very soon. So that's what enhances that. But just to a point that Base made before, when people go to our site, which is basedpad.net, they will see a table with all the different tier levels. So if you go back a couple of steps, you just hit back, because now you are in the app. So you have to go to
I
the
see what you're
static
saying.
website.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So if you just get out of the app, just go to basedpad.net. And you scroll downwards, you should get to a table. That
go.
one. Yeah, there you go. So these are the tier levels that you have to hit in order to be able to qualify to the IDO base. Do you wanna take people quickly through those?
Yeah, sure. So the first 2 tiers are Cadet and Voyager. Those are more for people that, the point of Boost and the point of basedpad is allowing anyone, no matter how much money you have, access, to the actual launchpad. So Cadet and Voyager tiers are more for people who, they're just getting into crypto, or they don't have a lot of money, but they still want the opportunity to be able to buy Lambda tokens or any token that we're launching. That only requires 94.5 million for Cadet and then 126 million for Voyager. These are then lottery. Basically, it enters you into a lottery. So as a cadet, you have a 1 in 100 chance of winning the lottery. As a Voyager, you have a 5 in 100 chance of being picked, essentially. But these, 94.5 million, 126 million, that's basically below $50. And you will then have the opportunity to win a whitelist. That would be a pretty good winning in terms of a lottery, because that's a 1x whitelist allocation. So if we say 1x whitelist allocation is $500 worth of Lambda, or let's make it easy on me for math purposes. Let's say it's $100 worth of Lambda. As a paladin, this is you can see it's a significant jump from 126 million to 1.8 billion. The reason why, though, is because this is this is where we start our guaranteed tiers. 1.8 billion is going to be around, I would say, like a $700 to $800 buy-in today. That's a guaranteed 1.2x whitelist. So if the 1x was $100 worth of Lambda, Paladin gets you $120 worth of Lambda whitelist. Now, going up to General, Emperor, and Overlord, these tiers are our more premium tiers, we would say. They require the ownership of a base token alongside Boost. And then that's when we really start to see that whitelist allocation really ramp up, especially when you get to Overlord. So if it was $100 at 1x, then it's $1,000, equivalent whitelist for an Overlord tier. We're expecting around anywhere from $300 to $500 for the 1x. So the Overlord this round will be a pretty sizable amount. But like I said, anyone that really worked to qualify for Overlord, I think, has the mindset to take full advantage of that whitelist allocation. Now, you did ask a question about what happens with any of the whitelist allocation that wasn't used up. I think Higuana had some technical difficulty when you asked that, but before this call, we were actually talking about that, and I think he gave like a really good answer for that. So I would love to give him a chance to kind of go over that if he wants. If not, I can take it.
Yeah, no, it's good. Sorry, I didn't realize you guys missed me for a second in there. But
That's okay.
one cool thing is that we have 2 specific rounds during the IDO. The first round is for the people that actually have won a whitelist. So the guaranteed whitelist will be able to purchase their allocations, and anything that's not purchased will go to a next round, which is the first come, first served. So any token that's left will be redistributed to the people that have been whitelisted, so you can get actually a lot more for what you put into it. We are really hoping that the community can make the most out of it, because I think I don't like speculations. I'm a tech guy. I do what needs to be done to make things work. I think this is an awesome opportunity for those guys that are believing in us. And there's a lot of them out there. So, I hope to give it back to you guys and make everyone happy with it.
Sounds amazing, man.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you, Base. Thank you, Iguana. Thank you, Lambda. You guys killed it. I think you knocked this one out the park. You're going to be very happy when this one comes out. I think the people are going to really enjoy this one. So any last words from you guys?
Yeah, I think I would like to give one last word, and Baze, you can expand on that if you want to. I would like to say also that we as a team of really um, I don't want to say hardworking guys, but I think we're quite high performance, because we're always talking, we're always thinking about the next thing. We're visionaries, I think, more than anything. And one of the things that we really wanted to do for this ecosystem was to make sure that the next big thing that came out of us was something that people truly appreciated, that truly understood where we're going to, not just another monkey or another duck or another pig or something like that, but something that was actually um, a step further into professionalizing, perhaps, or enabling the our space as a whole to evolve into the next step. And I think Base mentioned it earlier in the call. We have an amazing project coming up next in Basepad. something that I was heavily involved in the sourcing of that project, because that person reached out to us, is a project that is extremely innovative and takes advantage of a gap in the music industry and the wider artistic industry that could bring so much attention to our environment. And this is coming to basepad, and this is going to make use of some of the Lambda sort of power contracts. So I hope one day in the future be able to come to you guys and talk about this project. I'm not sure if we can mention the name already, based. If we do, please mention it, because those guys got me awake last night. I'm super excited about it, and I don't stay awake for for things like that very often. They definitely got my thing going.
Yeah, I mean, we would love to have them whenever you guys think they're ready. Just let us know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, by the time this comes out, I think we would have announced it, because we're probably going to announce the name pretty soon. It's called Superfan. They're really revolutionizing like the music industry and the way that there's this really unique opportunity right now of a lot of contracts like lapsing, where artists are going to get full control over their music.
Yeah.
How kind of streaming services are seeing this, they're constantly lowering the amount they pay artists, while also they're kind of hitting a roadblock in terms of getting new ways of attracting revenue streams and stuff like that. We'll definitely would love to have a call with you guys and the founder, because he knows his stuff both from a dev perspective as well as has connections in the music industry that are really going to help propel this forward. It's a very exciting project. And we're just really excited to continue to be offering value to our community. I think like one of the things, as with basepad, it just feels like this never ending, cycle of, when's the next thing though? It's like we're launching Lambda and they're like, okay, when's the next thing? And I do actually completely understand that, because, people are like, why are you making me buy something to then just get a whitelist allocation and then buy Lambda? You're buying based and boost for the long term of every project we bring on here, which requires us to create a steady stream and pipeline of good quality projects that warrants that price point. One final bit of alpha. I feel like we've given so much on this podcast, but I can't help myself. Not only do we have another project coming up, I'm currently working with an amazing artist to do something we've been wanting to do for a long time, which is expand the based community, the base token, into a 10K generative art project. Some people would call it an NFT. Some people call it Ordi art. Whatever you call it, we will actually be using Lambda as a way to bring about an actual 10K project that's high quality HD images onto Bitcoin. Right now we find ourselves in this state in Bitcoin where you either have a 1500, NFT project that's HD, or you have a 10K project, but it's all 8-bit, just because the price to inscribe on chain is so expensive. With smart contracts, we can do stuff similar to Ethereum, where it's like calling the image from a decentralized storage, and we can actually offer what we hope to be the first real like 10K HD project. We already have a wonderful community of based holders. We already have a floor price that's right now 1,300, but at all times highs was over $4,000. We believe, holding base long term. People always say like, why do I have to? What is this base token? Why do I have to hold it on top of Boost? It unlocking the top 3 tiers on the launchpad is just a very small value driver by holding based. We're hoping that these airdrops that Lambda so generously is going to give to the base community, that the NFT project that's going to come with it, that what we hope to have is like future in-person events and stuff like that. Like, this is only the beginning of what we want to do. And as Higuana said, we're constantly thinking about new ways to innovate, new ways to bring value to this community, and a level of professionalism that, I think is much needed and will usher in like the next stage and the new age of Bitcoin as we know it. So we're really excited for that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Well, it's been great having you guys on. We are wrapping up in terms of time. We're getting right there. So we appreciate having you guys on. We're super excited about it. We're going to, push this out as soon as we can because we think the community needs to know about it. And we will be in talk soon. Hopefully we can get the next project on as well.
Of
Much
course.
appreciated.
Always a pleasure. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thanks.
Yep. Take it
Thanks,
easy.
guys.
Oh man, that was fun, dude. I love learning in real time. I know I probably look like a JA, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was really, really, really good, man. I definitely, didn't expect it to be that educational and just fun in general. Like it definitely felt like, the DeFi days, right? Like doing stuff and being able to have that option was just like exciting and made me happy. So yeah.
All right, guys, that's a show. We got another call in about 5 minutes. But we just do this all for you guys, man. So please hit the like, please hit the sub for us. Please check out ordinalrevolution.com. Check out our merch. Check out everything. We appreciate you guys, and we hope you guys appreciate this amazing video. See you next time.
Join the membership. Peace.
Ordinal Revolution. Let's go.